Good morning, student. In the last lecture, we have studied different methods to determine order of a reaction. In that, we have studied for the first method, that is integrated rate equation method. In second method, that is graphical method. Third method, that is half-life method or fractional change method. Today, we will see the last method to determine order of a chemical reaction, and that method is a differential method. So, what is the differential method? This method was Van 't Hoff, suggested by Van 't Hoff in 1884. Van 't Hoff in 1884, and according to rate law for according to rate law for nth order reaction for according to rate law for nth order reaction, the rate of reaction varies. The rate of reaction varies. Rate of reaction varies as nth power of concentration of reactant. Power of concentration of reactant. Because if this method says that rate of the reaction varies as nth power of concentration of reactant, because if n is equal to 1, we can say that this is a first order reaction. If n is equal to 2, we can say that it is a second order reaction, because in power of concentration of reactant concentration of reactant power, if n is equal to 1, then we can say that it is a first order reaction, and thus the rate of reaction varies as a first order. If n is equal to 2, then concentration of reactant raised to 2, therefore rate of reaction varies as a second power. So we can, therefore rate of reaction can be written as rate of reaction. How we can give the rate of reaction? Rate of reaction is the decrease in the concentration of reactant minus, that is decrease in the concentration of reactant, that is A, divided by the time in which change takes place. We have already studied the definition of rate of reaction in our first lecture. So it is decrease in the concentration of reactant to which the time in which change takes place is equal to K. K is the rate constant into concentration of A1 raised to N. A1 is any one initial concentration, and N is the order. If N is equal to 1, we can say that this reaction is a first order. If N is equal to 2, we can say that this reaction is a second order. If N is equal to 3, we can say that reaction is a third order. So the experiment is carried out in two different set carried out in two different sets by initial concentrations are different. Initial concentrations are different means we carry out the experiment having different initial concentrations. In two sets we carry out the experiment in which the concentration is different. Therefore, how we can write the rate of the reaction can be denoted as small r, and for initial concentration 1, and we consider here two different initial concentration as 1 and 2. Therefore, r1 is equal to minus d into concentration of a1 upon dt for first initial concentration, minus d a1 upon dt is equal to k into concentration of a1 raised to n. And therefore for second initial concentration, what we can write? Minus d a2 upon dt is equal to k into concentration of a2 raised to n. So where r1 and r2 are, what is this r1 and r2? Rates of reaction at two different concentration. at two different concentrations. Which these two different concentration? These are A1 and A2 respectively. A1 and A2 respectively. Taking log of both the equation. So taking log of both equations, what we can got? If we take log, then for this equation, what we can got? Log of R1 is equal to log of minus dA1 upon dt, minus dA1 upon dt is equal to, this is how we can write the log of this. This is the k into A1 raised to n. This is a multiplication. If multiplication is there, so what we can, how we can write the log of that multiplication? That is addition. If there is a multiplication, we can write in the form of addition. So it can be written as log of k plus what is this? A log of A1 raised to n, that is, this is the n power. This n comes outside the logarithm sign. So n log of A1, this is called as equation 1. And also we can write for second reaction as log of R2 is equal to log of minus d A2 upon dt, minus dA2 upon dt is equal to, same rule is applied here. Here k into A2 raised to n. So therefore in the multiplication we can write this multiplication in the form of addition. So it is equal to log k plus n. This n is raised to power, it comes outside the logarithm. So n log of A2, concentration of A2. This is called as equation 2. So what we can write from equation 1 and 2? From 1 and 2, so from 1 and 2 what we can write? N is equal to log of minus dA1 upon dt, minus dA1 upon dt, minus log of dA2 upon dt, dA2 upon dt, divided by what we can write? Minus n is equal to log of minus dA1 upon dt divided by minus log of dA2 by dt divided by log of A1 minus log of A2, log of A1 minus log of A2. Therefore we can define the order of reaction as n is equal to log of R1, because decrease in the concentration of reactant divided by time. This can be called as a rate of reaction, and for initial concentration, that is 1, we can write as a R1. We have already seen the definition of this R1. It is the decrease in the concentration of reactant. Therefore we can write, instead of minus dA1 upon dt, that is R1 minus log of decrease in the concentration of reactant divided by time. It is also called as a rate, but it is for second initial concentration. Therefore we can write here log R2 divided by log of A1 minus log of A2. So from that, minus dA1 and d2, minus dA1 upon dt and minus dA2 upon dt, minus dA1 upon dt are the initial slopes. Initial slopes. So are the initial slopes which can be determined, are the initial slopes which can be determined by plotting, determined by plotting the concentration versus time curve, concentration versus time curve, concentration versus time curve for two different initial concentrations. Which are these two different initial concentrations? Two different initial concentrations. These are A1 and A2. Concentrations A1 and A2. Thus order can be calculated. Thus order can be calculated. Means here n is equal to, if we know the rate of reaction for concentration A1 and concentration A2, and if we know the initial concentration A1 and A2, we can calculate the order of a reaction. So by knowing the rate of reaction R1 and R2, these are the rate of reaction. So by knowing the rate of reaction and initial concentration A1 and A2, the reaction is performed in two different sets, because here 1 and 2 means by using two different initial concentrations, what we can got, by using these two different initial concentration, rate is obtained at two different concentration, and by plotting the graph of concentration versus time curve, and by using this curve, we got the initial slopes. Initial slopes are the rate of reaction, that is minus dA1 upon dt and minus dA2 upon dt. We put the values here in the rate equation. Here is R1 and here is R2. Therefore, by substituting all these value, order can be calculated. In this way, we have determined the order of a reaction. So, in this lecture, we have completed all the different methods to determine order of a reaction. In the next lecture, we will study the effect of temperature on the rate of reaction and Arrhenius equation. And in this we will study the how the plot the graph for Arrhenius equation, and how to calculate the activation energy, and what is the significance of activation energy. Thank you.